Stacey Hylen says the pricing barrier in business is not usually between ourselves and a client or customer. The pricing barrier is usually between our ears. And by this, she's talking about how we think about the pricing barrier. This is one of our short, sharp episodes, and Stacey is talking about pricing and profit. Her full episode will be available soon. I'm your host, Ingrid Thompson, and you are listening to So You Want to Start a Business podcast, the Standout series. So much of business has become overcomplicated, and I aim to simplify it, and especially the financial side of business. My mission is to help small business owners find lasting financial safety by helping them overcome their fear and frustration of the money stuff. That's one of the reasons I created this online financial health check. It's a 15 simple yes-no questions about money in your business. Head to healthynumbers.com.au/health check, all one word. It is completely anonymous, and you will receive a detailed personalized report when you're finished, depending on your answers. You can read the report right there on your screen. If you want to receive a copy, add your email and you'll receive a copy of your personalized report immediately. Go to healthynumbers.com.au/health check. The aim is to help you understand where you are strong when it comes to your business financials and the area where you're not as strong, and it suggests resources that I've created to help you. Stabilizing the financial side of business goes a long way to creating financial safety. Here's what Stacey has to say about pricing and profit.
Like for myself, when I started, I just charged what all the other coaches that I saw in coach training were charging. And I did that for a long time. And I feel like I was too expensive for the people that couldn't afford me. And I was not expensive enough for the people that wanted the best. And so it was like a messy middle. And I remember when I raised my rates and I went from $350 a month to $500 a month. And I thought this was like a ginormous jump, right? The very first guy that I talked to, and I quoted my new rate, he said, "Oh, I thought it was going to be way more than that." I was like, "Are you kidding me? I could have charged even more than that." So I find that like there's this pricing barrier, and the pricing barrier isn't so much between you and the customer or the client. The pricing barrier is usually between your two ears. And so that's where, it's looking at, you can raise your prices more often than you think, and you can raise it more than you think.
Yeah, it's so true. We've had a couple of guests on who've said that really it's absolutely a mindset thing, is about setting pricing. While we're talking about money, you also have a book coming out. So tell us about the book that's being launched around about the time this podcast goes live.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's called Hidden Profits, More Clients and Cash. And it came from when I was working with Tony Robbins. I was vice president of consulting for his business mastery brand, along with Chet Holmes. And one of the things that came out of that was back during the recession, 2008, 2009. And one of the things that happened at that very first business mastery is a gentleman stood up and he said, "I've tried everything. Nothing works." And Tony started to coach him. And as it turns out, the guy said he did like 2 or 3 things. He tried it like 2 or 3 times and then he stopped. And Tony said, "Okay, like you said, you tried everything and nothing worked, but you've really only tried 2 or 3 things, 2 or 3 times. What happened?" And the guy said, "Well, I didn't have enough money. I didn't have enough staff. I didn't have enough time." And he was lacking on resources. And so what Tony asked him, he said, "Have you ever seen somebody that's had less resources than you that's more successful than you?" And in the North American, success story, that they call the American dream, you see these immigrants that come to the United States with like $300, or they don't speak English, they don't have a college education, they don't have any of the resources that most of us have, that are complaining that we don't have resources. So Tony said, so it's not a matter of resources, it's a matter of resourcefulness. And so that was like just that session right there, just pinged something in my head of how can I become more resourceful for my clients? And that's how the Hidden Profits was born, because what I looked at is what can you do in your business? It's any size business, any kind of business that's free or low cost, that's going to give you a quick boost in cash flow. And that's what all these hidden profits are, so that you can start implementing them immediately, and they all work very quickly.
Yeah. Wow. I just love that example. It's so true. When you think about people who come, and we have them coming to Australia as well, who come with nothing. And maybe they've come through 2 or 3 detention camps to get here, and they literally turn up, and then they go on to really use their resourcefulness to be able to achieve things. And yeah, it's such a beautiful example. So the book is called Hidden Profits, More Clients, More Cash. And it's available, I guess, where all books are.
What a wonderful example and a terrific reminder of what is indeed possible. In that example that Stacey gave us about resources versus resourcefulness, maybe like this example, you've tried a few things a few times. I know I can certainly relate to this. And it just reminds us that we mustn't give up. We must keep trying, pick ourselves up and continue. Try again, try a slightly different version, try again on a different client or customer. It's such a great example. Anyway, thank you for listening. And as I always say, what action are you inspired to take today?